What's up, everyone? It's Nashi, the Conservative Gamer here. This quest, the house that death built. You definitely want to get this quest. It leads to one of the greatest areas to power level your character. Red Mage just came out with Stormblood, same thing with Samurai. You want to power level any of your old stuff. All you need to have is someone who's above level 17. And you go to New Gridania, and in the Adventurers Guild, or the Inn, wherever, whatever you want to call it, is the quest, the house that death built. Now, this quest tells you to go to somewhere in the middle of South Shore, so, you know, you can teleport to Quarry Mill, or the camp, and just run all the way over there. It tells you to go talk to one guy. This guy is the Wood Whaler Expeditionary. Now, just wants you to talk to this guy, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. We want you to fight this dust thing, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to give you any spoilers exactly of what it actually says. It's an interesting story if you read it. It really actually is. And then, after you talk to him, you can just teleport right over to Quarry Mill, and boom, you are there. Now that the quest is unlocked, you can enter the Palace of the Dead. Now, the Palace of the Dead is extremely, I would say, complicated for people who don't know what it is, but isn't everything. But you talk to the Wood Whaler Expeditionary Captain here in Quarry Mill, right by the bridge, and he'll give you a bunch of choices. Now, if you're just starting out, all you have to know is that you want to start a party. A matched party is what they call it, a matched party. Now, with the addition of the Palace of the Dead, what you do is you start from level 1 in whatever class that you're entering the palace in. Now, this doesn't eliminate your actual level. This is a separate leveling system for the palace itself. The palace goes up to 200 levels. You can do the first 100 matching with a party, and then the next 100 you need to do fixed. Now, you get this gear in the palace so that your actual gear that you're wearing doesn't really mean much, but you have the Aether Pool Arm and the Aether Pool Armor, and you get these leveled up by completing the levels, and also, in addition, finding silver chests in the dungeon. Now, if you're really just starting out and you want to power level really fast, you only need to worry about finding the silver chests, because those are the only ones that contain the Aether Pool Arms and the Aether Pool Armor. Now, the other chests may contain other items they call like pompadours, and those give you some really cool stuff. Some of them increase your damage, some of them reduce the damage you take, some of them opens all the maps, some of them turns you into monsters that you can pwn with, some of them take away all the traps, and so on and so forth. There's lots of things to discover in there. Now, there are pieces of gear you can get in there called Accursed Hordes. These are just random items that you can get and have a person outside of the dungeon unlock, and I'll show that to you later. You can find these mainly by finding the pompadour that reveals where the hidden treasure is. Now, all those pompadours, they're team or party wide, if you will. So when you pick up, and you can see them in your inventory by, I believe, pressing C, bringing up your character screen, they are party wide. So when you use them, it takes it away from the party. But don't be afraid to use them. Okay, so now you've done some levels of the Palace of the Dead, which you do 10 levels at a time. So 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, and so on and so forth. Now 50 is a cutoff that is extremely important. Once you get to 50, you can actually, when you reset your progress, which I'll explain in a moment, you can start at level 51 again. And the level 50 boss is actually a little difficult because it has an instant kill mechanic. So I'm gonna make a video and release that in a day or so here, explaining how to beat that boss, even though I noobed it up a little bit my second time around when I was recording this. So what you want to do is you want to do 1 through 50 and get the 50 done. Now, the best way to help level up your Aether Pool, because you don't want to go very much higher until you level it up a little bit. When I got to level 50 the first time, I was about level 30-ish on my arm and armor. And I wanted to get it to 50, 55-ish before I went any further. So what you can do is you can reset your progress, and how you do that is you talk to the captain, you click reset your progress, and then you click enter the Palace of the Dead again through him after you click OK and everything. Remember, it doesn't actually reset your level or anything. It just resets the level you are in the Palace of the Dead. It does not reset your Aether Pool arm or armor, so do not worry about that. So once you reset it, you can start a new Enter the Palace of the Dead, click the empty save section, and then you can start from level floor 51. And then what you want to do is maybe 2 or 3 times just do 51 to 60 and get all the silver chests, because at the end when you fight the boss you get 1 or 2 points as well. And sometimes you get multiple points opening the chests. It's not just one every time. Sometimes it's multiple. And then after that, once you get up to about 50-ish, maybe 55 on your Aether Pool, then you can just do 51 to 100 a couple times over and over again. And it usually takes about 3-ish to level you. Now you can continue this. It's a good way to level up the low level stuff. I would solo level till about level 10, maybe 8 on your other stuff. And then once you get to about level 8, you can start leveling through the Palace of the Dead, and you get 2 or 3 levels per for a couple bit. Now for the Accursed Horde, once you get out of the dungeons, you can walk over. It's right next to the captain. It's right on the stairs in the house next to you, and the female elf is called the Expedition Bishop, and what she can do is appraise the Accursed Hordes that you get. Now obviously the higher levels that you go through, the better the Accursed Horde sacks that you get. So most of these iron trimmed ones are from the probably 70 to 100 range. And as you can see here, I'm getting some cosmetic gear, which is always good, especially in Final Fantasy. You can make some really cool pieces. But look at that, you can even get level 5 materia from these things. Definitely, if you have any more questions, leave them below. If you have any more thoughts or anything, or you like this new series of Final Fantasy that we're going to be doing, let me know in the comments down below. I just wanted to make Final Fantasy videos because I love this game. I love Final Fantasy. I'm glad I came back for Stormblood. And there aren't many great YouTube channels out there that help explain some of this stuff. So expect a lot of videos coming out on questing, on crafting, how to use the market, and all sorts of things like that. If you have any ideas for videos that you want, just leave them below and we will definitely get to them. Thanks so much for watching me. This is Nashi, the Conservative Gamer. Thanks so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.